How well do you know Croatia east of Zagreb? In November last year, I took an American digital nomad, Steve Cenzorensky, and I said to him, how much do you know about Eastern Croatia? And he said to me, I know Vukovar, there was a war, and that's it. And I said to him, okay, give me 6 days of your time in November, and I will take you on a tour of Eastern Croatia, which will be the highlight of your time in Croatia, I guarantee it. Bring your drone, bring your cameras, and we're going to video everything about this. And he was a little bit skeptical, but he agreed. So then I contacted the regional tourist boards, explained what I was going to do, and they set up an itinerary for me. And we had the most amazing 6 days, during which I was posting everything on Facebook, and Croatian friends were going, where is this? It started in Iločki Podrum, which is an incredible winery, the easternmost winery in all Croatia. I actually had a photograph holding 3 bottles of wine, one of which was served at the coronation of Queen Elizabeth II in 1953, and there were still 78 bottles left at 55,000 kuna a bottle. The second bottle was served at the wedding of Prince William, and the third bottle was served at the wedding of Prince Harry. And then we stayed at a place called Principovac, which is a beautiful estate with a 3-hole golf course. And after that, we went to Vučedol, which used to be one of the centers of Indo-European culture 5,000 years ago, and has got the most incredible internationally award-winning museum that only has 30,000 visitors a year. And it is just amazing what's happening there, and the development there is going to be incredible. We then went to Vukovar, and we went up to the Vukovar water tower, which has been superbly renovated, and we looked around the town. We went off to a new eco development in a forest called Otočki Virovi, and then we ended up in Vinkovci, which is the oldest continuously inhabited town in Europe, 8,300 years old, birthplace of 2 Roman emperors. And then from there we carried on, we went to the November the 18th parade in Vukovar. We ended up in a field in the middle of nowhere where there was an English pub full of war veterans, which we'll come to later. And then we went to Osijek, which is the capital of Slavonia. Everybody says that everybody's emigrating from Osijek, but Osijek on a Friday night in November was 10 times what Split is in November. The energy in Osijek was insane. And then we went to Baranja, which is a region next to Hungary with a very big Hungarian influence. And we went to see a guy called Mario Romanic, who's a very celebrated photographer who is now putting this incredible bio village together. It's called the Magical Forest. He has llamas, and it's just incredible shit that's there. And he's incredibly passionate about what he does. It was fantastic. And then we went to Tiknos, which was the last place that Milosevic and Tudjman met before the war. It was a villa, one of Tito's villas, and it's now been reopened as a tourist centre. And then we went to the amazing vineyards of Belje, which is the biggest wine producer in Baranja. The vineyards go on for miles. And then we went to the village of Karanac, which is probably one of the most interesting villages in all Croatia. There is a place there called Baranska Kuća, which has incredible food, incredible wine, but also amazing workshops on things like soil and bricks. And then we went off to Batina, which is on the border, looking over the Danube, which has a huge Soviet-style momentum. And then off to Zmajevac, which is one of the most fascinating wine streets in all Croatia. You have all these what looks like small little houses, and then you go in, and behind that, built into the mountain, is all these wine storage places that go back for miles, and the wine is fantastic. Then after that we went to Đakovo, which is famous for its Lipizzaner horses. In 1972 Queen Elizabeth came to visit, and Tito built a special road. The locals are very, very thankful to Queen Elizabeth for coming, because they got an asphalt road, and you have the Lipizzaner horses there. And you also have one of the tallest and most impressive cathedrals in the whole country. And one of the questions I ask people is, can you name the second tallest building in Đakovo? Because the first one's 90 meters high and the second one's about 2 stories. And then I came back to Zagreb, and I was telling my Croatian friends, Slavonia was fantastic. And people were saying, I've never been. And I was like, how have you never been? It's only 2 hours. Eventually, after I'd heard I've never been for about 20 times, I put a post on Facebook. I never complained because there's no point, but I just said, guys, I'm really surprised and shocked that so many of my Zagreb friends have never been to Slavonia. It's closer than Dalmatia, it's totally amazing, and you're really missing out. And the first comment was, yeah, but you're a rich foreigner, you have lots of money, we only earn 4,000 kuna a month. I edited my comment and I said, guys, I'm really surprised, not that I care, how few of you have been to Slavonia, including those of you who are among the 200,000 who go skiing every year and so have money. And then it got really, really, really interesting because a friend of mine from Dubrovnik, who's an educated tour guide, and he'd never been. And I said, let me ask you 3 questions, because I've asked 63 people and only 1 has been able to answer all 3 questions correctly. And this shows how little Croatians know about their own country. And these 3 questions I'm asking you. Do you know the answers? Are you ready? Question number 1. What is the biggest town in Baranja? Question number 2. Can you name 3 famous buildings in eastern Croatia, not including the Vukovar water tower? And the final question, can you name 3 Slavonian dishes that don't include kulen? Answers in the comments, please.